My crow's here. Well, not my crow, but he's my friend. I'll show you. It's a beautiful day out there. Let's go for a walk. I gotta do my thing with the crow first. So this is one of my favorite streets to walk down because of these crazy pom-pom flowers. It's the best time of the year. Well, if you don't have allergies to pollen. Isn't that cool? As far as you can see, pink pom-poms. Gotta watch where you're walking or you bonk into them. Reminds me if a street was lined with candy floss. Candy floss growing on trees, I guess. So that was really fun. I got a hair in my mouth, I think. Maybe I've got my beard in my mouth. I'm glad you came for a walk with me. I love that street. That is really cool. I have no idea what kind of blossoms those are. In the city that I live, there's cherry blossoms all over the place this time of year, and various other kinds of blossoms as well, which is pretty awesome, you gotta admit. I feel sorry for the people that have really bad allergies though, because I imagine that's less than awesome. So I had a super productive week. I did a bunch of art as usual, and I assembled, I'd love to say I built it, but really I assembled a greenhouse. The greenhouse that I had, there was a windstorm, and well, let's just put it this way, it was green, and I think the Wizard of Oz really wanted more green stuff because it got picked up and lifted off into the atmosphere. Now, I've got the bits and pieces, but it did fly away. So we got this new one, and I put it together, and it's really great. If you want to check it out, might as well. I'll show you right now. So this is the greenhouse that I put together. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty warm in here already. I saved some shells from the old greenhouse that I had, and I'm gonna put them in here. This isn't where it's gonna be, but it's where I put it. It even has a little pop-up window. I think it's pretty awesome. Super lightweight. You can lift this up and move it around wherever you want to put it. I think it's great. Pretty cool, right? It took me, how many days? 3 days, I think? Maybe it was 4 days. Lots of hours to put it together. But I am no handy person. I take my time doing stuff. I tend to follow the instructions, and if the instructions are lacking, that can lead to a lot of dismay. But it's together, so that's really great. I'm going to start my garden and put some stuff in there. And for those that have been with me for a while, you remember the lemon tree. It is now inside the greenhouse. I just did it, well, not when I shot the video, but literally moments after that. So it's in there, and I pruned off the dead stuff, and it'll be fine. There's leaves on it, it'll be fine. You'll see. I will show you, because I know some of you are heartbroken over it. What else did I do this week? There's lots of stuff going on in the house. The washroom was being renovated, and things were being painted, and it was a little bit chaotic, which is okay. I start a new job next week, so that's a good thing that it got done this week. What else? There is a few things I want to talk about. The first being, since this is an art channel, there should be some art-tastic stuff. I got these Staedtler 4-pigment liner, fine liner. I don't even know what I'm saying. Maybe I should actually read it. I have my glasses on. Staedtler. I don't know why it says 4-pigment, because they are all black. Maybe they're different types of black, or maybe they are just different lines. There you go. They're fine liners. They're great markers. I really like these. This is a great deal. You pay for 4, and I know some of you are very smart, and you're already thinking, eek, there's something going on there. There are 4 things in there, but there are 2 extras. So you pay for 4 and you get 2 free. That's a good deal anywhere. I'll put the link to that in the descriptions. And I'll also put the link to the greenhouse, because we picked it up on Amazon. Because Amazon, despite what you may think, is very handy. And the thing was, I think it took 2 days or something to get here, which is pretty cool. The other thing is you need to read a book called The Book of Joy. And man, is this ever a great book. It is a week spent with the Dalai Lama and with Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who just recently passed away. I think he was in his 90s. This is a fantastic book. It is the 2 men, because if you don't know, they were super great friends. Like, if superheroes had friends, these would be super friends. They were amazing together. They just drove each other crazy and laughed. And they not only made a book about these two, talking about cultivating joy and compassion, but they also made a movie about it. That's pretty cool. I can't wait to see that one. I think it's not readily available yet. I went to the website just before I shot this, and it is available if you want to do showings, because I think it was an indie film, but the book is incredible. Desmond Tutu talks about what it was like in South Africa during apartheid, and the Dalai Lama talks about what it was like growing up in Tibet before the Chinese occupation, and how out of all of that turmoil, chaos, and sorrow, you can still manage to cultivate joy and have a great life. Both men said that they are grateful for what happened in their younger years, because it showed them what joy is really about. And part of that is dealing with life. And there's that hair. It must be on my beard. It's probably a cat hair. What they said, not that you need to know that I have cat hair in my beard. I don't know how it's there. Sorry, I'm petting myself now to get it out. What the gist of the Book of Joy is saying is that out of these things that we would label as kind of bad things, good things tend to happen. And if it weren't for, well, for instance, if it weren't for the Dalai Lama having to, live a life for however 50 years or something like that, I can't remember how long, I think it's something like that, in exile, all of the good stuff that he's done since his exile would not have happened, which is mind-blowingly crazy and true. If the Chinese hadn't invaded Tibet or occupied Tibet, or whatever you want to call it, the Dalai Lama probably wouldn't be doing all the stuff that he's done all these years. If Desmond Tutu hadn't gone through that terrible apartheid, and Nelson Mandela and all of those guys, all the good things that came afterwards wouldn't have happened. And that is a really great perspective, especially into, looking at how to cultivate joy in your life, how to cultivate compassion, and how to see your life from a fresher perspective. The long and short of both of these, elder spiritual leaders, they said that when calamity happens, remind yourself that it can always be far worse. And when you do that, it cultivates not just a resiliency in you, but an appreciation for life and for what you have and for all of the things that you may not see if you just focus on the poor me, this is happening to me. And that is a great perspective. And I have to say that since I read that book, it has really kind of altered my view of things in a lot of very good ways. So, there you go. Book of Joy. Pick it up. Staedtler 4 + 2, so 6 markers to make some cool art with. These are really good. I still prefer my Pentel brush pen. Shazam! That thing is great. And I still really like my Uniball Vision needle. I don't even know why. I just really like it, and I use it all the time. But if you're really into markers, this is a great thing to use. Not only that, but it's 6 for the price of 4. Can't go wrong with that. And I think that's all I've got for you. So holy smokes, that was a fun-filled video. We saw my cool, well, he's not mine, but, well, he's my friend. My friend the crow that comes by to eat bread every day and will literally sit outside cawing at me until I pay attention. You saw my favorite street that is made of candy floss or cotton candy, depending on where you live and what your jam is. And you heard about a book that really, I think if you read it, it's going to change your life. And not very many books do that. Or maybe there are a lot of books that do it, but maybe we don't recognize that all the time. Maybe every book we read changes their life. Yeah, I think that's actually true. But some books really expand your view, and this one definitely did that. So, without further ado, that was a different video. I guess it would be what you call one of those vlogs. So, I hope you're doing well. Let me know what you're into. Did you read any good books lately? Have you, done some cool art? Do you have a friend crow that comes by and wants to eat whatever you will give it? Which I know some of you are going to be like, James, shame on you. You are feeding a wild animal. Yeah, I did it once because there was a snowstorm and the crows were literally like, good Lord, man, I need something to eat. So I did that, and then they haven't stopped coming by. And that's just the way it goes. What else? I think that's about it. A really good movie if you're into funny and fun movies. It's on Netflix. It's called Metal Lords. And it's about these kids that are going to go in a battle of the bands and play some metal. And what's wrong with that? That's a great movie. I really enjoyed it. Anyhow, next time we're going to talk about more cool stuff. I just filled your head with so much information. I'm sure you're like, I don't even know where he went with that. But I'm really happy that we made it this far through the video. And I hope you're doing awesome and you're having a great day. I will talk to you soon.